A very emotive subject these days is Alzheimer's, and we're speaking with Grahame Bell here, who's the Alzheimer Society Isle of Man. It's had a sort of revamped, new look. I know there's much more effort here involved these days, and it is certainly something that everyone's talking about, Grahame. You know, what in the Isle of Man is going on here to deal with that?
Well, the dementia situation on the Isle of Man is actually a lot more people living with dementia than you would think. The estimates are there's probably somewhere in the region of 1,500 people either living with dementia in some form or newly diagnosed, and it's trying to get our services, the services we offer as the Alzheimer's Society, to those people so that we can improve the quality of their lives and the lives of the people that are caring for them.
And of course people with dementia normally don't necessarily know that they're suffering, do they even? It's can be that sort of tricky to deal with.
You're right, in the early days it's very difficult to think. I mean, we all go up the stairs and think, what on earth have we gone there for? Clearly that's not dementia, that's just part of the human condition, that's just what we are. Dementia in the early days, those sort of things become more subtle and pronounced, and it takes some time, especially for the people that are actually living with dementia, the carers, to spot the signs, to realise that the person actually does have something going wrong with their brain.
There's a group together. I know David Cameron in the UK has also been involved. Can you tell us about that? And you have the same group here.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the Dementia Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an information service where we can go into businesses, organisations, and tell people about what dementia is, how it affects people's lives, what sort of things can show the symptoms of dementia, how you can spot it, and how you can help people that are living with the condition to interact better with society and have a better quality of life for longer. So it's an informational programme.
And you're looking for people to join that, volunteers to get involved?
It's not volunteering from that side. That side is going into businesses to explain, and to groups to explain what dementia is. But yeah, we are looking for volunteers to help with a befriending service, for instance, where they can actually have a person that has dementia, is living with the condition, and for a couple of hours a week or more frequently if you can afford the time, we'll actually take that person and undertake an activity which they enjoy. It might be painting, it might be playing pool, it might just be as simple as going to the shops, which somebody might have enjoyed doing. So it's taking that sort of responsibility and making a contact with somebody, giving them a better quality of life, and of course the volunteer gets a lot back from it as well. Okay.
So the Dementia Society, much more proactive. I know you've got sponsors on board as well, and you've got various things.
We do, we've got lots of incredibly good sponsors locally. The Isle of Man, as you're aware, is a fantastic place for people supporting charitable causes and things such as dementia. In particular at the moment we're working with KPMG, who have given us the status of their charity of the year, so they're supporting us. They're doing lots of good things this year. I don't want to steal their thunder, but they're going to be doing a relay race up the prom, 10k relay race, so if people want to join in with that, they can do. Hopefully later in the year we'll be doing a thing called a memory walk, which happens in sort of August, September, October time, where people remember people with that had the condition, or bring along people that are living with the condition, or just go along to enjoy the walk. We'll find a nice location and they can.
Okay, well, let's talk about back to the core of the thing, the actual problem. Do people like family, friends contact you as a society, or would they go through a doctor? How do you get involved?
Yeah, well, once the symptoms manifest themselves, they might well contact us, in which case we'll discuss through with them exactly what they're experiencing, what the symptoms are that are presenting themselves. And we can't really do much other than give generalised advice, and the Alzheimer's Society has a fantastic website with so much information, it's untrue. It's cutting edge information on the condition, research that's being undertaken, how to live properly with it. But we would tell them that if they are concerned, to go and speak to their GP. Now there's a number of things that can mimic the symptoms in the early stages of dementia. Alzheimer's, incidentally, is only the sort of main cause for dementia. There's other different conditions that aren't Alzheimer's, but we deal with all versions of dementia. To speak to their GP, and their GP can undertake an analysis of the person and look and see whether or not their symptoms are dementia or something else. I mean, you could have something as simple as a urinary tract infection, which can replicate the symptoms. It might be early stages of diabetes. It could be depression. It could be alcoholism. There's other things that can mimic it. But once the dementia is diagnosed, then they can be referred to us through various services in the health service, such as the Older Persons Mental Health Service, who we work closely with. And then once they come into our sphere, then we can start offering all of the services that can help the person's life.
Because it's a two-way street anyway, isn't it? Because you've got the sufferer, but you've got the other people who, you know, the family, the friends who've now got to deal with it.
Yeah, and we do a service for the carers as well, which is it's our CRISP program, which is Carers Information and Support Program, which Sue Walker, one of our dementia information support workers, does a fantastic program on, and that's telling people about what the causes are, how they can cope with it, financial issues, all the sort of sensible things that should be put in place to make sure that finances are sorted properly, that you're not going to come out to problems when maybe the person, hopefully many years down the line, has reached a stage where they can't manage their own affairs.
And that's the crux, isn't it? There's a point when people literally just slip away almost from their bodies. The body's still there, but their minds can actually go.
Yeah, dementia it's a progressive process. It's not mental as such. It's actually a degeneration of the brain, of the cells in the brain, and if you see a person that suffered with dementia on a scan, the brain actually shrinks in size. Okay. So it's a physical process that manifests itself in an outwardly mental cognitive problem.
Okay. So if people want more information, how do they go about it?
Yeah, they can phone us here at the office on 613 181. They can visit the website of alzheimers.org.uk, which will have our information on, or they can email us on isleofman@alzheimers.org.uk.